He arrived on my porch hollow-eyed, as if sleep had abandoned him for days. Pale and trembling, he gripped a USB drive like it was something dangerous. "Mr. Morrison," he said, voice barely steady, "my son-in-law, I have to show you something about Emma. I have a tape." "A tape?" I folded my arms. "You're delusional. She's cheating on me." I told him to leave my porch. He met my gaze with a calm I couldn't read, an unshakable certainty that made me take the drive and plug it in. The moment the file opened, I felt the blood drain from my hands. My jaw went tight, my stomach flipped. On the screen was my daughter in bed with a man, not some stranger, but Daniel Carrington, my business partner, my friend of 26 years. Emma, laughing and intoxicated, vulnerable and exposed. Daniel holding her close, whispering words I couldn't make out. The image replayed in my head long after I shut the laptop. Emma had been my pulse once, a bright, stubborn child who kept her own kind of brilliance. I taught her to ride a bike, to stand up for herself, to hold her head high. When her mother died, she held on to me, and I held on to her. I gave her private school, a trust fund, and a promise, a stake in the company when she turned 25. 2 years ago she married Thomas, quiet, humble, steady, the sort of man who sends flowers on a Tuesday for no reason. I trusted Daniel, too. We'd built Morrison Carrington together from nothing. I made him wealthy, he made me believe we were brothers. Thomas told me he'd seen the tape weeks earlier. He hadn't confronted them, he'd recorded it. "Why bring it to me?" I asked the man on my porch. "Because you're a man of honor," he said, "and they spit on it." That answer lodged in my chest and would not leave. That night sleep eluded me. Grief curdled into fury, and fury hardened into focus. I moved quietly. On Sunday nights I stayed late at the office, combing every file Daniel had touched. I found irregularities, shell companies, off-book transfers, money rerouted in clever ways. He'd been siphoning funds for years. He was smart, I was more methodical. I brought in a forensic accountant discreetly. She followed the paper trail, dates, signatures, transfers, and turned shreds of suspicion into ironclad proof. I still controlled Emma's trust fund. She didn't know it. I began to rework its structure within the law, removed her from the board, froze discretionary withdrawals. She wouldn't notice the chill until it was unavoidable. I hired a private investigator, not to dig up dirt on Emma or Daniel specifically, but to identify the man in the video and build leverage. 3 months later I had everything: bank statements, surveillance footage, incriminating emails. The evidence showed Emma had helped Daniel conceal funds. She was not only unfaithful but implicated. The company's annual gala provided the perfect arena: investors, shareholders, reporters all in one place. I stepped onto the stage and thanked everyone for coming. Then I shared the integrity audit findings. The room quieted as I spoke: the embezzlement, the betrayals, the theft. Faces shifted, murmurs rippled through the crowd. Then I played the video. I didn't turn to look at Emma. I didn't need to. Shock and outrage filled the hall. A glass toppled. Daniel bolted for the exit. Security intercepted him. Emma stood rigid, her face drained of color, silent and numb. No sobs, no screams, only acceptance in the way her eyes went hollow. In that moment she knew it was over. After the chaos, I found Thomas in the parking garage, leaning against his car with his hands in his pockets. "I did what you asked," I said. He shrugged. "You didn't have to take it that far." "I wanted to," I told him. He told me he'd filed for divorce and would keep the house. I handed him a manila envelope. He opened it slowly. "What's this?" he asked. Thank you," I said, "and a transfer, 10% of Morrison Carrington. It's yours now." He stared, disbelief written across his face. "Why?" he asked. "Because you were honest and brave," I answered, "and because my daughter doesn't deserve you." Emma called once after everything. I let it ring out and deleted the voicemail. Daniel was arrested. Wire fraud, tax evasion. He will face the consequences. Emma moved into a modest condo, stripped of the trust fund and any inheritance I'd prepared for her. She teaches yoga now. Sometimes I catch myself wondering whether she still casts herself as the victim. I don't feel triumph. This wasn't petty revenge for pleasure. It was a reckoning. She buried my name beneath lies. I exposed the truth with surgical silence. No public tantrums, no offers of mercy. Just the tape, the records, and a man who had finally had enough. I am not sorry, and I never will be.